Hi, and welcome to episode 4 of Favorite Video Quiz of the Month. We're bringing you today a Mr. Bean scene from a restaurant by our user lucascaamalteacher, and we're going to start with something funny that happens right at the beginning of the video quiz. And the teaching idea we want to tell you about is called Explain the Laughter, and it is a jigsaw listening activity. So that means that students work in pairs. There's a student A and a student B, and student A has access to some of the information and student B has access to the other part of the information. So here's what happens here. When you're playing a Mr. Bean scene or another comedy scene where there's a lot of laughter, put your students in pairs. One person in the pair A has their back to the screen, so they can't see what's happening. The other student B is looking at the screen. Something funny happens, there's a laughter. You pause the video and student B, who has been watching, can and has to explain to student A what happened in the scene, why there is a laughter. And if student A gets the joke, then they can move on. So you can do this 2 or 3 times and then they can swap roles. So now student A is going to watch the video and student B will have their back to the screen, and they are going to imagine, based on student A's description, what was so funny. Okay, we're back to the chair. Let's look at the first 2 questions and let me tell you what I liked about them so much. So here's the first one. It is a jumbled up sentence exercise. So let me figure this out. It goes, table for 1, please. And what I like about this is that this sentence was not actually said in the video. Most of this video is silent, and when they say something, the video quiz does not use the words that are actually being said. But this sentence could have been said in this situation, so it's a really good way to revise the functional language that you have taught recently. Let's see if we got that right, and then let's have a look at the next question. Yay! So he's comfortable now. There's a waiter. What's in his hand? Again, no words. And this time we've got a multiple choice questions, 4 different options. And okay, first, I know you're excited, so let's choose which one is the right one. May I have the menu? That's the one we're going to go with. But let's take a moment to look at the other ones. So this is on me. Can I take your coat? Are you paying together? Really good examples of natural sentences, natural language that we can hear in restaurant situations. So that's another thing I really liked about this quiz. Let's just make sure we got the answer right. There we go. So because this is Mr. Bean, there was another laugh at the end of this bit that we watched with the coat hanger. And so something else I like doing with Mr. Bean or other similar comedy scenes is, after we have watched it, get students to recall maybe 5 situations where there was some laughter, what happened, and then do an opinion gap activity where students in pairs decide which of the 5 bits they thought was the funniest and why. So this is great for language production because they're going to be talking about, what happened, why was it funny, like, oh, because he found his coat hanger in his shoulders and was handing it to the waiter, but, that's not normal. You would normally not have a coat hanger in your jacket, probably. So it's your coat that the waiter takes and not the coat hanger, blah, 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 explaining what happened, and then arguing for why one scene or one part of the scene is funnier than the other one, and then eventually coming to an agreement. So all pairs can do this, and if you have a lot of time, then students can get together into bigger groups, and you can even have a vote at the end as a whole class. This is also an idea that works with a one-to-one student as well. There, the opinion gap is between you, the teacher, and them, the student. And here's another question that I wanted to show you. It's coming up in a moment. Okay, so we're gonna close. There is no banner, so we don't have to close that, but it's nice to be reminded. Let's have a look at the question. It says tap on the knife, tap the knife. And so there's a knife in his hand, so we're gonna tap on that. Bingo, we got that right. And the reason I like this question is because this is really great for students whose listening is not that strong or who are lower levels. It always gives them a sense of immediate achievement that they got something right. It's really good for vocabulary reinforcement or vocabulary practice. You can read the word and you see the word and you can tap on it. So that was it for today. Hope you liked the ideas. We'll be back soon with another episode. Till then, bye.